If I was 18 again, I would completely ignore 90% of what the world tells you to do, and I'd focus on 6 things that would completely change my life. Number 1 is don't chase girls. Energy leakage, volatile, and just emotional distraction. The wrong girl is like managing a failed business. Let me say that again. The wrong girl is like managing a failing business. Focus. Follow one concept until success. I was pretty good with this, to be honest, since I was 18. A lot of buddies that I knew struggled a lot with this. That's not to say I still didn't get distracted by girls, but you have to stay focused. And even if you do find the right one, you have to understand to keep that one, how much emotion goes into it, how much time goes into it just to keep them around and just maintain that relationship. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's not impossible, but I'm saying if you're focused on a greater mission, you have to go through the boring stuff, you have to do the consistency, you have to wake up early, and most women are not gonna stick around and wait for you while you're doing that. Girls are a byproduct of the man that you become, not the mission. Don't put them on a pedestal. There's thousands of beautiful girls every single day. That's not a qualifier for whether you should date them or not. I see so many guys, oh, she's hot, I'll date her. No, that should be the first thing. If she's hot, okay, then I'll even speak to her. I'll even maybe take her on a date. I'll maybe even, bring her around. But who is she underneath? What are the values that she has? What is her actual identity? Because in 5 to 10 years, beauty expires. If you die tomorrow, would you be comfortable with her raising your child? That's the only question you have to ask. If that's not the case, don't waste time, break up with her, get back on your mission, brother. Number 2 is mastering your body. Okay, go to the gym, lift heavy, get those endorphins pumping. Sunlight, 30 minutes, minimum, non-negotiable. You gotta cure that depression. 8 hours of sleep every single night. Eat high protein, have a good diet, no bullshit. If you have a weak body, you're gonna have a weak mind. Number 3 is fix your dopamine. Stop the constant scrolling, TikTok, Reels. Stop being a consumer and start thinking like a growth mindset, think like a creator. No cheap hits, vices, weed, cut all that. Your life depends on you focusing. If you have to, go do a 7-day dopamine detox. I highly recommend it. You can cut music, you can cut any form of entertainment and let your brain reset. And you'll be amazed at the end of 7 days how you're able to focus, how you're able to actually just sit still with your thoughts and accomplish the things that you want to do, and you'll have clarity. Most people, they're not lazy, they're just really overstimulated. Number 4, learn sales. This is where you win. Sales is the highest paid skill in the world. 90% of millionaires got rich by learning how to sell. But the fact is most people never stick with it long enough to even win. A mistake I made when I got into sales was actually staying in roles too long and then getting burnt out. When I first started, I worked for 3.5 months like a dog and then got burnt out, and then I left the skill completely for 7 months before returning to it. So stick with it long enough to make it real for yourself. Number 5, build a relationship with God. Everything changed for me when I started reading scripture every single day. Pray and tap in and get those God downloads. You have to center yourself before you go out and you actually achieve your mission. And you're not gonna be able to achieve things on your own. You'll try, but at the end of it, you're always gonna fail. And I used to think that, I could build everything myself, and I used to think that everything that I did was because of me, but God would take it from me every single time. And you will never reach that next level of success until you can completely surrender. Number 6, think long-term and act daily. Inputs, delayed gratification, investment-focused mindset. I know it's hard to think ahead when you're young, but delay the pleasure, whatever it takes. You don't have to have a perfect plan, you just have to have perfect days. If you do these 6 things for the next 2 to 3 years, I promise you'll be ahead of 99% of people your age.